Coach, what'd you make of that one?
I thought we had good push in the third period. I didn't like our first two periods. I thought we had too many guys that were not fully into the game tonight, like maybe 3/4 to start with, and then halfway through the game I thought we started to get more engaged.
I know this is always one of those, if we had the answer we'd change it, but knowing the stakes and knowing the time of year, how do you end up with that many guys not into a game?
That's the hard part. It does happen. You don't want it ever to happen now. That's the frustrating thing for me more than anything, because I felt like they were ready to go today, and I felt at times they respected them way too much early in the game. That was pretty evident to me, because the detail, the structural side of it was fine, but it was like people were waiting for something to happen, or I don't want to be in the wrong position, so I'll make a mistake. There was a lot of that for me early on. In the third period, they just played. Trust your game, trust your instincts, and go play, and that's what we did in the third, but too little, too late.
So Ryan, when 3/4 of your guys maybe aren't into it early, how do you react behind the bench, or what buttons maybe can you push in that spot?
Change lines. That's what we did.
Is it frustrating at all for Coach sometimes? We talk about the third period not being good enough the last couple of games, and now tonight it kind of goes the opposite way.
Yeah. Frustrating?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you have to play 60 minutes. Like, that's, if our team doesn't, it's hard for us to win. When we put together a complete game, like if we put that third period tonight together for the first two, we're a hard team to play against, and that's the way we have to be. So it isn't, you don't come to work and, hey, work for a third of it. It doesn't work that way. So we have to get better for sure at that area quickly. We have another tough road trip coming up where we have to make sure our starts are good. We have to make sure the middle frame is good, and we have to most definitely make sure the finish is good.
Was there anything in particular that sort of flipped the switch for you guys after two periods?
We changed some lines around. I think some guys got engaged. I thought they shot the puck a little bit more, and were a little bit more aggressive in getting to their net.
In terms of positives, were there a few people or a line or parts of lines that did a good job shutting down their big boys?
That's part of it, right? We were able to keep them off the board, and that wasn't tasked to one line or one pair tonight. So in that regard, hey, there's always positives that you can take from a game, but in that regard, they did a good job. It's just do that job and not overthink it. That's the way I look at it. Third period was just the same, but we had more attack, more aggressiveness to our game, where we were skating much more than we were in the first part of the game.
Move Yegor back to the middle. Did you see the result there that you were hoping for from him tonight?
I don't know. There's a lot of line shifting going around. So if the lines were all good and I was happy with them all, I wouldn't change them all around.
What do you think about Morgan's game? He talked about not getting opportunities before, kind of shutting down top lines, but what do you think of his effort tonight?
Morgan Frost?
Yes.
I thought when we switched that line, they were one of our more dangerous lines with Blake and Coronado. So there was something there with them for sure. I think that was the line that kind of got us going a little bit towards the latter portion of the second period. So as a line, once they got put together, I thought they did some good things.
Obviously, Dustin Wolf stopped the penalty shot. Did you feel like he kept you in it while the rest of the guys were sort of misfiring early?
Sure. Yeah, he made some saves for us, absolutely.